Speaking of people, is Chris D'Elia people? Another man who had some troubles with maybe the ladies that we're still not sure what happened there.
Oh, nothing.
Another fog.
Those allegations were so vague with Chris D'Elia. I'm sure nothing happened there. But no, that's not what we're talking about today with Chris D'Elia. I'm more generally curious of our old pal Chris because we haven't checked in on him in a while. And I said, what is congratulations up to? Maybe Chris has used his time back to kind of retool and grow as a broadcaster, and it doesn't seem like that's the case. So let's see a few. Congratulations is the same as ever. It's this weird stream of consciousness thing that Chris does that I guess is cute and fun to some people. I do not get it, yet I am fascinated by it, which is why we're playing these clips.
Hard worker is the first one here.
This is a plague in podcasting now. It's Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura and a lot of these guys have this illness that I would like to rid them of. And I would just like to let all podcasters know, stop talking about how hard you're working. Like, for guys like Bert Kreischer to get on, and by the way, I think Bert Kreischer does work very hard. He's got a lot of irons in the fire. He's constantly moving and creating stuff. Whether you like it or not, you got to acknowledge he's a hard worker. Fine. When you come on and are talking to people, I would say, I don't know, 90% to be conservative, work regular jobs. You know, like the people listening to Chris D'Elia's podcast or Bert Kreischer's podcast or whoever, they're generally working regular jobs. A lot of them probably working like labor jobs, and they're listening to these guys to get through the day. Stop telling these people how hard you're working. It's a weird thing. If it comes up conversationally and someone asks you about something you might need free time for, and you're like, I'm just working all day and night, like, that's fine. But this is how Chris starts his show, and it's not just Chris that does this. It is so many podcasters that feel the need to do this. I'm here to say, stop. No one cares about how hard you're working.
But it's 466. I am back from the road. Dude, I am working really hard. I realize that I'm working very, very hard, and I'm very, very tired. And I do love what I do. So those are all things that are true.
Like this need for comedians to be like, I work hard. And I get it. Like, I always quote the great John Feidelberg. I don't know if he's the first person to say it, but he's the one I quote all the time, who said, when you're podcasting or in content, whatever, you are never working but always working. Like, no one would look at you and be like, oh, this man has had a hard day's work. But you are constantly thinking of things you're trying to create. You're looking for stories to talk about, or you're trying to keep up on the news and stay relevant. Or in Chris's case, like, he is traveling, which can be exhausting, stuff like that. But the average person is not looking at Chris D'Elia going, oh my God, you work so hard. But comedians have this need for acceptance and praise, and they need people to know, like, hey, I am working hard. You know, you might think I get on stage for an hour a night and, give you a few yucks, but it is hard work. The people who appreciate comedy understand and respect that. But, like, you don't need to jam it down our throats. You don't need to tell us all the time. I don't know who it's for.
Next one's called Liars.
Oh, well, I said this segment wasn't about Chris's past, but as always with Chris, some of it is. Because when Chris talks, there's a very thin layer of Chris saying, like, Chris trying to get over his allegations, you know? And Chris it's very subtle. I don't know if you'll be able to pick up on it in this clip, but I think Chris wants to let people know you can't believe everything you read, you know? Sometimes things online are false. And it's subtle here. Tell me if you can pick up on it, but I think Chris is talking about some of the allegations about him.
Cool. And then I was in Tulsa, which was great. So that's that. I was in Tulsa, had a fun show. Tulsa, and people they're unimaginative. And so when I was at the airport, someone was like, "What are you doing? Where are you going?" And I was like, "Oh, Tulsa." And they go, "Psh, sorry." And you don't understand, dude.
Well, hold on.
Tulsa?
First, I don't know that I believe this story. It's not the most important piece. You know, maybe it's a narrative. He's using this guy as a tool to get there, where he's going. I don't know that I believe. Chris gets off the plane. Someone in the airport goes, "Where are you going?" just a stranger. Goes, where are you going? And he goes, Tulsa. And they're like, fucking have fun, dickhead. Yeah, go enjoy it. Boring there. It doesn't seem like a real interaction to me, but I'll play your game, Chris. I'll go along for the ride.
That's a little woke dad story to me.
A little bit. But
hugging a banker.
He didn't dwell on it too much, and he might just be using that as a vehicle to convey this interesting Tulsa theory that he has.
This is nice. It's cool. It's up and coming, you know. And places aren't that bad, dude. There are bad places. But you can't, don't just say a place is bad just because you think it's bad, right? We all don't know anything. We really don't. I mean, if you go to Tulsa, you can experience Tulsa. But it's like we're supposed to know what's going on in the Middle East. We don't know. Everyone lies.
What?
Why would everyone not lie? They have an agenda. They're all going to lie. So don't believe anything you ever hear.
Everyone lies. Tulsa didn't force anyone to do anything they didn't want to do. You know, Tulsa asked for their IDs. It's not Tulsa's fault if they were lying. What the fuck? What is Tulsa supposed to do?
This is like retarded Ellen DeGeneres, the stream of consciousness shit.
So Tulsa, as the girl was crying and Tulsa was forcing her head on his cock, Tulsa said, just do what I say and everything's going to be all right. Are we supposed to blame Tulsa for that? And could we even believe that Tulsa would do such a thing? People lie is the point. Tulsa isn't so bad. Tulsa's a father now. No one talks about that, do they?
Tulsa always asked if they were 18.
Tulsa certainly did.
Here. That's it. And people say that, and they know that. They know people lie, but they'll still be like, did you hear? Hey, but you know everyone lies.
Hey, did you hear about Tulsa? Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Tulsa's still selling out theaters. You got to give Tulsa credit. Like, people abandoned Tulsa, but he's still got a career. Say what you will about him.
This Tulsa's real Tyler Fisher. You know what I'm saying?
Lies. So you're just using this lie, or unless you think it's the truth, but for what reason? Because what? You did research? What? Everything is an echo chamber. We're messed. We're messed.
Now, I gotta say, that seems like a harsh reaction to someone rolling their eyes at the city of Tulsa.
It's Overreaction Sunday, Mike. A guy goes outside, he's banned, and then this thing happens.
Well, tell me this. Why didn't Tulsa's wife abandon him then? Huh? He must not be all bad, this Tulsa. She would have left if this was all true about Tulsa.
Agreed. Next one is called...
Tulsa has been railroaded.
TV review is next.
Okay, so this is... Chris has a couple... crutches, I guess you would call. We all have crutches, and Chris's I didn't know were crutches until I just checked back in on his podcast, because I think the last time we talked about Chris D'Elia, it's been months. But the last time I checked in on him, he would do this like vague TV or movie review where he rambles on about, and then his like review is like, it was not bad. Okay, I'm glad I went on that journey with you. And so it's a thing that often comes up on this podcast. Chris is a man of culture. He likes talking about things that happen in that culture. And TV is one of those things. So he's talking about Jude Law and Jason Bateman are in a Netflix show together. And you kind of start to think this is going somewhere. I'll let Chris take it from there.
Jason Bateman, and I work in mergers and acquisitions. I work in mergers and acquisitions. Not that Patrick Bateman. Jason Bateman and Jude Law. And they play brothers, which is super weird. Jude Law is like, all right, he's British. And then you turn on Netflix.
That sounds like a British... I got what he was doing there. I'm glad he explained it, because I was a little confused. But I was like, that sounds pretty British. And then, sure enough, the punchline was, he's British.
All right, I'll let it looks like something I'd like. But also, Bateman kind of always plays the same guy, kind of. And Jude Law is British. And he's one of those guys that's very British looking. And British, very British. So
I'm like, they're saying nothing. The amount of words this guy has used to say nothing. He's like, it is like talking to, and I guess this is part of Chris's charm. I think if you asked like fans of Chris D'Elia, this is actually what they like about him. But he talks like a little kid telling a story, or a girl telling a story, quite frankly. But like they ramble on and use the most amount of words possible to say nothing. Like the length of he's, and I think from Chris's audience's perspective, it's like, oh no, that's the really funny part when he's like, this guy's British, and I mean, he's really British, and they're like, whoa, that's funny. That's funny how he said that. It's kind of the Dane Cook thing where it's, I guess, more the inflection. I'm just missing it as all. That's, I guess, ultimately my point.
Playing brothers, and Jason Bateman's playing the derelict. So let's see what's up, dude. So hey, Netflix, sup? Download. 5 episodes because I'm flying. Sup? So I play it.
It sounds like his tone suggests he's going to have something pretty harsh to say about this episode. I can't wait till because Andy's got kind of an axe to grind with Netflix. They edited him out of a thing when his controversy came up. So let's see where this goes, man. I mean, this could be crazy, this TV review that Chris has. He seems fired up about it.
Watch,
Netflix
and in the first scene, first episode, I was like, are they doing it? Are they playing? Should Jude Law play the other part? And I'll tell you, it's a great show.
All right, we got there.
That was the whole thing. Yeah. Like he's got this bill, and where even he's like, should Jude Law play the other part? And I'm thinking, and that was just a great show. Moving on. Next topic.
Dead ends everywhere.
It's a great show. Well, who gives a shit then? Why did you waste all our time with that? Like Jason Bateman plays the same part all the time, and Jude Law is so British. Well, it's good. So, anyways, I was in Tulsa this weekend.
Next up, stream of consciousness. That's all this guy is, man.
He really is. And again, I guess that's his charm, and it's just lost on me. I'm sure people like it. He's a very successful guy. His podcast still does well. Like he does well on the road and everything. So I'm just missing it. But like maybe stream of consciousness in general just annoys me. Because like I never found like Robin Williams very funny. But at least Robin Williams would pepper in a few wacky voices and impression, like good impressions. Chris will throw some voices at you, but they're nonsensical. And that's what I felt when I was listening to this rant. But this is another one of the things, this is a staple of Chris's program, are these stream of conscious rants.
Apple TV will be fucking. I saw this meme the other day. It was like Apple TV will be like they'll be like, yeah, we gave it's got Helen Mirren, Tom Cruise, and Timothy Chalamet in it, and each of their what do you call it? Payrolls. What do you call them? Each of their what do you call that word? God damn it! I need ginkgo biloba. What's their paycheck? What their what? No, what's the deal? Their deal was
all right. We got it.
He's not happy with the word he chose, but he's going with it. Like
deal is fine. Continue, soldier on.
$75 million each, and it costs $500 million to make, and you're like, don't even know about the movie, and then you'll see Netflix put out like The Toilet Chronicles. And it's like all the rage, and everyone talks about it, and it costs $8 to make. And fucking Kato Kaelin is hosting it.
I haven't seen that show.
I mean, I'd watch the Toilet Chronicles, honestly, with Kato Kaelin before I'd watch that fucking bullshit Timothy Sports Chalet shit.
You made up the movie. It's a movie you made up with Timothy Chalamet. It doesn't exist, Chris. You made it up. And he's mad about it.
He made art for it, though. That was nice of him.
But anyway, I was watching what? Quote, I don't know. An paycheck what?
Contract. We're back on the word you were thinking of? How did we get back there? We moved on. We did it. You said deal. We're all like, all right, that's probably not it, but we get it. We know what you mean. We're back on that somehow, and we're listening to a guy off mic tell you what it is. Is it quote? No. That's not it. Is it deal? No. Money. Is it money? No. But this is crucial. We need to figure out what it is, even though clearly we're in the right ballpark. Like, we all know what he means.
After the story doesn't really matter. We've already told the story.
Yeah, the story is done. We got it. We figured it out.
No, we need the headstone on this thing. It'll really make the story just hit harder.
What's your salary? Yes, dude.
Oh, hey, go back. You put a wacky celebration on that. It really takes away from what he actually does, finding the word salary. Go back a little bit.
Okay.
The word was salary. Now you might think, who gives a fuck? I'll tell you, not just KC, but Chris D'Elia as well thinks it's worth celebrating.
What? Contract. What's your salary? Yes, dude. Salary. So close to celery, but it's salary.
I guess.
And also, gold is measured in carats, and that's carats.
What? Hold on.
Celery and carrots.
Salary is close to celery. Also, gold is measured in carats. This is like GG33 telling me what numbers represent. It's like, I don't think we're that close here, man. It seems like a bit of a stretch.
It's more like G.D. Fenderson, just nonsense. Expect to laugh at the end.
Didn't realize how much money had to do with vegetation.
Nice.
Cabbage.
Nice, man. Well, there you go. I didn't realize how much money had to do with vegetation. That's a good bit. That was the end result. All that meandering, like him screaming when he heard the word salary. Yes! All that was for was so that he could say vegetation and money. Similar terms. Am I right, folks?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Where's all that type?
I'm looking up more veggie names.
That's okay. That's okay.
All right, this next one's called Profound.
This is pretty deep thinking. This is like Chris almost has a thought where you're like, oh, that's a good point. And then he has to ruin it with more of his horse shit.
It's mostly the liberals that talk about privilege, okay? And they also believe that mental health is real. So what the fuck does privilege matter if in your head you think everything is bonkers? Yes, figured it out, dude! What's privilege matter when you aren't who you are in society? You are who you are in your head. Yes!
I want you to hear something, Casey Day. That's what I think of when you do that shit. Just hear me loud and clear. When there's this grandiose pomp and circumstance around every mundane point, I think of this man. So just keep that in mind.
I liked it. Chris, you need a producer?
I'm sure you did.
Anyway.
Chris, you can have all sorts of wacky horns. Now go back after that celebration. He's all excited, and then listen to the come down from that.
The come down, yeah, that's the hard part.
You are who you are in your head. Yes! Anyway, dude.
I think that's the real guy, by the way. I think the anyway, dude. And like when I hear Chris around other people, like when he's on the golden hour, I don't hate him as much. Like he's not as annoying. He's kind of like he'll break Brendan's balls or whatever. Like on that show, he's kind of all right. If we ever clip the golden hour, except he did do that weird. What was it a few weeks ago? Do you remember? Last time we played Chris D'Elia clips were from the golden hour, and he was going on this rant where he's like, "Hey, the victims of Harvey Weinstein, they're not innocent." It's like,
That's right.
why are you taking this argument? So he does have moments like that. But like when he's like breaking Brendan's balls, you're like, okay, I get the appeal of this guy. But I think it's the lunacy of broadcasting alone. It can drive you mad. He's got the producer off mic or whatever. But essentially, he's just talking to the audience, and it drives people nuts. I think you need someone to bounce off of. Otherwise, you do this. Like you're saying something, and it doesn't feel like you're getting any validation from the audience because you're just talking to yourself. So you're like, oh yeah, I think, people talk about privilege, but like mental health is real. So even privileged people have problems. And that doesn't feel like you're saying anything. So instead you got to go, yeah, just to feel like you're saying something. Like that, and then you're like, oh, okay, now I'm really doing something.
It's called broadcasting, Mike, and I like it. Good job, Chris. Weird Rant is up
I'm
next.
sure you do. Okay, this is I guess more of that stream of consciousness, but I don't know why he's so intent on equating these two things, because he doesn't do a good job of presenting why they should be connected. But I think this is kind of his thoughts on like racial harmony in a way.
Oh, joy.
There's a girl on it too, and they have a guest on it too, because of course they do. And the guest is
he's talking about Cameron has a podcast, I guess, and he's talking about that for some reason.
I think there's more people who don't have podcasts now.
And you keep saying to the lady, you saw, and Cameron's like, you got to stop. You got to stop. You got to stop doing that, because, I don't want you to be hitting on her, because I told you her boyfriend is here.
It's a spot on impression.
And you got to respect her boyfriend. And my thing is like, yeah, also respect her.
Chris.
That's rich.
Why would you take that side of the argument? Why inject yourself into some podcast interaction and go, brother, if I can for a second, respect the lady, all right? Mm-hmm. And that is from me, Chris D'Elia. She's a person, sir, okay? I don't know how they do it in your community, but maybe treat her like a human being. Now put down that Rolling Stone article. What are you doing? No. I treat women like this all the time. I'm a gentleman.
And they're like, ha, 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 ha. You know what I mean? That's the thing about guys they don't get sometimes, where you're hitting on a girl and you're like, yeah, she likes it. And she's just fucking, yeah, but go away. And so this guy's like, damn, you fine as hell. And then Cameron finally is like, you got it. Did you put it up here or no?
Yeah, can you imagine? Like, can you believe, Chris, some guys think that?
Stop talking,
the girl said go away, but like she doesn't mean it, That's just what guys do. That's being a dude,
Chris's lawyer is panicking somewhere right now.
Not enough guys realize that. The girls are always like, go away, please. And you're like, they're just kidding. That's just how guys are. That's how we're wired.
Interesting way to walk this back years later.
I'm 16. I don't know why they let me in this club. The girls say that and they never mean it.
You got to go. You got to go. And then Cameron pulls out, this is the blackest thing I've ever seen in my life, okay? And by the way, by blackest, I mean also most Italian. Because let's face it, Italians and blacks are the same, dude.
Wow. I never thought of it that way, Chris. That's really enlightening. Hey, you know what? You cut us open, we're all just blood and guts, Mm-hmm. That's all we are at the end of the day. We're all just people. And finally, Chris D'Elia has perfectly articulated it through stereotypical impressions and misogynist thinking, or whatever we use. I don't know what the point is of any of this is, but he's saying that women say things they don't mean, and blacks and Italians are the same. All right?
And that TV show was good.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the things we like.
I'm Italian, okay? So whenever I say, oh man, it's so crazy, black people do this, I go, so do Italians, man.
Why are you saying that so often? Whenever I get pretty racist, I'm like, oh, we're also terrible, just like the blacks.
Yes.
Oh, us Dagos can also be annoying, just like they are. Just like those people.
We can also be ins sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Think about it. Pinky rings.
Is that a black thing?
I've never met a black man with a pinky ring in my life.
Feels like a stretch, but I'm not in on the culture. I could be wrong.
Right?
No.
Emotional.
Okay. I don't know if that's specific to blacks and Italians, but I'll grant you that one, I guess.
All those emotional pinky ring wearing blacks I run into every day in this liberal city. My God.
loud in the movie theater. Italians, they're all.
Oh, I can't tell you the amount of times I'm in a movie theater and some fucking guinea is like, "Oh, my mother's sauce." Oh, it's such an Italian stereotype.
It is. They're also terrible drivers.
It's tough for me because obviously I don't see well already. So in a dark movie theater, the amount of times I hear, "Hey, I'm walking here," and I'm like, "You fucking grease balls, always in this movie theater."
Every time I'm in a movie theater, just a random Adrian will be yelled. I'm like, why, guys? Not here.
Yes.
You know, so it's like,
It's a good point, though. We're not so different at the end of the day, I guess.
No.
We are blacks and Dagos, both emotional.
Mike, we get a musical number out of Chris D'Elia.
That's another D'Elia staple. I was happy to check in on Chris's podcast and see that he still does all of these things. Sometimes he sings, as Craig and I have pointed out in the past, sometimes he sings songs to get out of trouble when his wife is on the show. He'll just break into a jaunty tune. And sometimes they're for no reason at all. And you decide which one this is.
so then we all wake up and I go, I'm going to take Calvin to school. He's going to be late. I had no sleep this weekend and I got so much last night and I'm so fucking happy about it. She says, okay. So I go take him to school. Then I go get coffee and I'm like, Monday, Monday, la, 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 it's today, or whatever the fuck it thing is. And I'll always be drinking coffee, then I'll work out, then I'll fucking get a protein shake, la, la, whatever it fucking goes.
If you gave an 8-year-old a microphone and said, like, be funny. Hey, you have to be funny right now. This is the shit they would do. It's like, okay, I drink coffee. Like there's no substance to this. It's just insanity. It's utter insanity. And again, maybe that's what people are listening to Chris for. They need a break from their day, and they say, I need to listen to a man who's working really hard on his podcast. He told me how hard he's working. This is the work that he's put in. That he tells a story bitching about his wife, who has stood by him through all this. And he's like, let me tell you what this fucking coos is up to. And so he bitches about her for a minute, and then he breaks into song halfway through.
I try to ignore all the trainers to get me doing free sessions so they can hook me into a deal. Da-da, da-da-da, Monday. So I'm in the gym now. Drank coffee. No, I'm not in the gym. I'm going to go to the gym.
Oh, good. I'm glad we got that. Again, he tells stories like a girl. It's amazing he's a professional comedian. And, like, his stand-up is not... There's things we could mock, but it's not, like, mockably bad. He is a stand-up. He's a pro, you know? So it's amazing to me that on his podcast, he's not able to tell a fucking story. It's the craziest thing. He loses confidence, and he sings, and he does goofy voices and wacky horse shit. It's weird.
Yeah, that is an interesting show. I might have to listen to that. The guy's goofy, and I like goofy.
You would fit right in. You'd be like, Chris, I'm going to change your world and play a fucking honky horn sound. That's what I was looking for.
Go to blindmike.net for everything Blind Mike. Look at me. I did it. Kragers did it.